What's up, everybody?
Yo.
Welcome to another bonus episode of Hustling Sideways. I'm Alan Halas.
I'm Jim Love.
Yes.
Bonus
episode.
That's going to be a new thing I shout.
Oh, okay. In addition to our regular episodes where we have some phenomenal guests that talk about their side hustles, their passion projects, things like that, we also are doing these bonus episodes and videos in the off weeks to talk about things that side hustlers go through with their businesses and with their their business on top of their business.
Yes, their passion on top of their day job. They wear a cape at night and they wear a suit during the day. But
yes.
We, as if you have been listening, we see it's a fun time for you to see our faces, for Alan and I to chop it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Which actually, the face part might not be as fun as I'm.
I think we don't have faces for radio. We're fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Let us know in the comments section.
Yes, absolutely.
Actually, don't, because that would be a little mean.
We'll see. We'll see what social media has to offer for us. But today we are talking about something that all sorts of people with side hustles deal with, and we were thinking about it. What do we want to talk about today? And I was just kind of looking back on like the perspective of like when I started. Started writing. I run a music website. Jim's a motivational speaker. We both set out to do something, but over time, because you become experienced in these sorts of things, maybe your plans change or your vision of what the end goal is changes, because when you set out to do something, it's not necessarily fully fleshed out to what you think it's going to be.
And that's a good thing. Like, you evolve and you get older, you mature, right? And you realize, like, where do you need to focus on? What's the most important? Who the audience is? Like, all those things are good and part of the maturation process of doing something that you love doing. So we both sort of have our stories. Do you want to start with
Sure.
how yours has changed a bit?
Yeah. So going into this, I really thought that this was going to be something that, honestly, and it's going to sound selfish, this was going to be the thing that was going to break for me, and I was going to make a ton of money at it right away, right off the bat. It was going to be huge, and it was going to be the biggest deal, not only in my city but beyond Milwaukee.
How'd that go?
It didn't. So it was like, I started the website. I started running Breaking and Entering in 2014, and it was the blog era of music. Is how you discovered music.
Yeah. It
was on publications and websites. I didn't really know. I remember saying, okay, prior to this, I should point out, I was producing music. I thought that was gonna pop at some point. I could make videos. I was shooting videos. I thought that was gonna pop. And it didn't necessarily. I mean, it got me gigs, but it was not,
it wasn't like a major pop, but like something.
When I used to be able to pay for gas off of music money, let me tell you.
Yeah, that wouldn't work anymore.
That was
No. Yeah. You need a couple gigs to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And a mortgage. But no, I thought, this was going to blow up because there was nobody really doing the level of what I was doing in Milwaukee, so I thought it was going to be great. And then I realized that the reality of it is you have to learn how to build a business. You have to learn how to monetize that business. You have to learn how to be appealing to people, to keep people coming back, like all of these different things. So I think now where I'm at is, yes, I still want to make money at this, right? Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. But now I think I'm in a position where it's not oodles and oodles of cash and want to be rich and whatever. I think my overall end goal is to just either propel my own career this way into something that, which I already have because I write about music professionally, but then I think still to someday, be my own boss is the goal now.
Totally.
But not necessarily retire off of this sort of thing. And I think that has evolved into, like, I've also figured out, that there are other things that I want to do. This one thing alone is not going to be the be all end all. So like, it kind of gives me the freedom though to go into new directions and try different things.
Oh, totally. That is creative.
This podcast being one of them.
Correct. I was going to say for both of us in that sense. Yeah.
So that's kind of how it's changed for me, is that I don't think that this one avenue is going to be my own, path to riches and stardom and whatever.
Totally. Oodles and oodles of cash as well.
Oodles and oodles of cash, yes. It would be nice. But
I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no, but I've realized that it's going to be a combination of things that's going to be
totally
make me a successful person to myself. So Jim, how does it, what is it for you? Like what changed over time?
Mine has evolved in a big way. The biggest way, is the audience that I speak to. So I originally wrote my talk, if you will, in about 2014, 2015 ish, for high school students. I wrote it for like a 16-year-old.
Okay.
And that's what I had in mind. And not to say I don't still have that in mind, because my bread and butter is and always will be high school students. I think they're the best. I think engaged high school students that are leaders they're so fun to hang out with. That's so that's kind of my spot. But as I started speaking to different ages, like from junior high until adults, like quote unquote old people, whatever you want to call them, that's what we are. I realized that everyone needed to hear a message, and it wasn't just for students. And that was almost a breakthrough for me, where I was the first time I spoke to parents, I was so nervous, because I bring a level of energy that your typical 45-year-old suburban dad's like, dude,
I'm not
chill.
into it. Yeah.
And granted, there was a little bit of that. I won't lie. It was the message that spoke to them.
Did you do the same kind of talk?
Same talk,
spiel?
But just like different verbiage within the talk. I don't know how else to say that, but like same content. I just sort of like mixed some words up that weren't like, I didn't use the word cray cray as much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
like different things
keep
like
that
that.
To a minimum.
Keep that to a minimum. But
sure.
I realized that the content and the overall theme of self-love and authentic leadership was still important to them.
Right.
And, parents are just kids who have been around the block a couple times. That's really what it is, and needed to also hear a message.
That's your pearl of wisdom right there.
Take it as you will.
Parents are just kids that have been around the block.
Exactly. And so that was a big one. And now I realize I can speak to any age, which, shout out if you need someone to come speak to your group, any age. And the second thing I would say is I was always focused on like the 1 hour keynote, right?
Yeah.
Like that was like the thing. And now like I love being an MC, and I love like being a host. I like interacting with people and like just speaking about something. So I've sort of shifted from just like the keynote talk to I can do that, but I can also like stay for the weekend or stay for the night and like help you out with other things. And that makes me more employable and valuable, but also like is more fun. I enjoy doing that, and it's a challenge, like because it's not scripted when you do something like that. I'm sort of in the moment, and that's why I have to be like wittier, or, I have to be like whatever, and I like doing that. So I shifted that whole thing of like, hey, I'm a keynote speaker, come get me, to now like I am a speaker that can serve whatever purpose you need me to serve in, and that's a big difference, and not everyone has that. And I like being in that role of being like a multifaceted type of person. So both of those things have made me just generally more accessible from either an age perspective or a role perspective, depending on what the event is.
For sure. It allows you to flex a different muscle, creatively.
Exactly.
So, that is how it has changed for both of us. We obviously want to know, if you're watching this or if you're listening to this, shoot us a line. Let us know how your side hustle has changed and evolved over time, and how your aspirations and your goals have changed.
We want to hear from you.
Yes, absolutely. We want to hear from you. So if you don't follow the show, you can do that. You can subscribe to our podcast, the Hustling Sideways podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. We are everywhere there. You can also find us on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram at Hustling Sideways, all over the place.
If you don't find us, you have a blindfold on.
Yes. We're also on YouTube right now. I mean, clearly right now on YouTube.
Quite literally at this moment, we're on YouTube.
Yes. So whatever the YouTuber kids say, like smash the like button.
Yeah.
Do all that wherever there's buttons.
I hate that.
Well, they can do it.
Oh, good point. Yeah, you guys should do that.
Yeah, do that.
Smash it. I like shuddered saying that.
Lightly touch the
do it a little bit, right? Like just a nice
gently click the subscribe button wherever you would like to gently click the subscribe button. How about that?
I think we found our new saying.
I think so.
That's gonna go.
That's gonna roll right off the tongue.
All right, let's get out of here.
And we should give them our other saying. So, Jim,
keep on hustling.